So you are waiting.
Is it
No. So you are waiting.
Oh yes, we've been waiting.
This is
very,
what
very
the
long.
world is waiting for.
I've been waiting for hours for this.
My
for this
enemies have
moment.
prospered. So today my enemies have prospered.
Is it okay?
Oh, Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie, no.
Whatever happens, we do the care. Sorry, boy.
Oh my God.
Oh, John, you're looking very 60 this morning. It's 16 minutes after 7. It's a sensational day.
Chelsea. Hey!
6-0.
The lion in the Chelsea crest has jumped out.
No, he's left the team.
And you guys were doing, hey, Joy FM, you don't like Chelsea. And you were doing to stop Man City from scoring. Text 1144. What is that?
What? You know what, George? Chelsea has Manchester United next. And so for the players who are still suffering from the 6-0 defeat, I think I have just the antidote for you. A chaotic Akobam for you.
We are seriously discussing. Sorry.
I hear Akobam now cures heartbreak as well. So
you want Akobam to replace
just rub it on your chest.
So you want Akobam to replace Yokohama Tides.
You know,
That's what you're trying to do here.
You know, Abrofu, they know how to laugh at you. You know, listen to this line. He said, but then it wasn't hard to pick out Aguero as the outstanding single figure on a day when Sarri met Sergio Ball.
Nice. Sorry, ball, Sergio Ball. Anyway,
the Joy Sports Center is proudly brought to us by the kind courtesy of the Kids Olympics, which was very great. Now I can speak well. I can speak well when we get to the side. Now I'm saying Kids Olympics.
We'll talk about Chelsea.
You hear the children at the KR. I'm giving it.
It was so amazing.
You hear them.
The kids were so amazing. We'll hear them in a moment. But the Sports Center was brought to you by, or is brought to you by MT, and welcome to the new world. Oh, my happiness knows no end. Standard Chartered here for good. FPAC blows your pain away. Multi-TV just thrills. Now, it's a new year. It's a fresh beginning. Whatever your needs are, we there for you. Is it the need to pay fees or the need for that salary or rent advance or that little something to just cushion yourself? Just keep talking, texting, browsing and transacting more with your MTN Momo and you could win 30,000 Ghana cedis and lots of other exciting cash rewards and more each month to cushion you in the new year with MTN More For You promo. And even brighter, you earn additional 75,000 bonus points for every 150,000 points you accumulate to increase your chances of winning these awesome cash rewards. Dial star 120 hash to check your points. We're there for you everywhere you go. MTN. Now this is our year to live, breathe and stand red through the highs and lows of the season. Join millions of Reds around the world to show what we wear, what we do and what inspires our great club and win loads of prizes. Just use your Standard Chartered Visa debit or credit card online or at any point of sale in and out of Ghana to win signed jerseys and an all-expense paid trip for two to Anfield. Remember, Standard Chartered is the official sponsor of Liverpool FC and we stand red with you. Liverpool FC, you will never walk alone. Standard Chartered here for good. Terms and conditions apply.
Right, so let's get into the Sports Center and what a weekend of football action. Wow. And of course, I know the talk is still on what happened at Etihad.
Bernardo Silva's ball across, takes a deflection, and it's in! Sterling arrives, right-footed, to plant it into the back of the Chelsea net. 1-0 to the champion. Aguero, who takes it on and shoots from distance. Oh my goodness, what a goal from Sergio Aguero! What a shot! It's nodded back by Barkley, straight into the path of Aguero, who scores! What an awful error! Finds Aguero inside the box, the challenge comes in, and then the shot is driven in from the edge of the penalty area to make it 4-0. 4-0, less than 25 minutes on the clock. 5-0 to the champions. David Silva, who picks out Zinchenko, whose ball across is turned in by Sterling. 6-0 now, and Sterling scores his second goal of the match.
So Chelsea suffered the biggest Premier League defeats after 6-0 defeats of Manchester City. There were wins for Liverpool, Arsenal, United and Spurs. Also in the program, Real Madrid are back on form and closed the La Liga gap there after Barca's goalless draw to Bilbao. But first, Ridwan is standing by with a wonderful bulletin on the Kids Olympics.
Yeah! Yes. There we go. The boys and girls. Samantha taking a strong lead. She's out of gas, but who wins this one? Nana does the confirmation on the line. 40-meter dash. Nanado is a present. A very, very presidential finish, I should say. He took the comfortable lead from the beginning. Yes. There we go. The boys and girls. Samantha taking a strong lead. She's out of gas, but
so that's how it ended the athletics event for Kids Olympics at the St. Anthony's Anglican Church. Now we had winners, as from 6 years we're grouped. Now boys and girls 7 years, 8 years, 9, 10 to 12. So we had medals, for all the representatives, and you could see it was a family double, right? You reported of one family double.
Yes.
And for
the Al Hassan brothers.
Yes, the boys 5 years, Uthman, that's Shamima's son. He won the gold medal. It was after we accumulated points for all the disciplines. So we had the obstacle course. We also had the sprint. That's the 40-meter dash sprint hurdle, and then we had the sprint, and then the 120-meter race as well. And after the end of everything, Uthman in the boys from Faith Montessori School won, also followed by John Al-Hassani,
yes,
and then Abdul Hakim. He was coming, Anamzuya, he was coming all the way from Adan.
Wow.
And went home with a bronze medal. In the girls, Imani, that's Uthman's sister, Imani, won also from Faith Montessori, and then Karen also won a medal there, as well as Husna. Husna came in third. A lot of them, I can go in. Dairo from Northridge Lyceum,
yes,
Edu, Paris, and won. That's gold for the boys. That's for 7 years. He won the gold, and then for the girls it was Adjoa Mami Fua and then Juanita Abiu Gleme also winning the medal. And the Glemes also came in to dominate. So
the Apies also did very well. Adumia Apia and his brother.
Yeah, the brother, they won in the race as well. But when we got to the higher level, that's from 11 years, Nene B and Nana Ado. Nana Ado, Nana Ado is vertically inclined. And Nana won the silver medal, and also Michael Omani came in and third. In the girls 11 years, we had Roberta, Vivian, and then Fatima also picking up gold, bronze, silver, and then bronze. And then in the boys, where we had Harrison and Majid and Theresa, I was surprised by Theresa. She had tall legs and she did very, very well, in winning gold in the girls. That's 12 years. Also Harrison, Majid, and then Alan all came in there. It was such, a competitive race. We had
very, very competitive
events. We had last Saturday, and this Saturday it continues with athletics, taekwondo, and also tennis taking place at so we're having football taking place on the pitch, and then inside the gymnasium at Lincoln Community School we have taekwondo and then table tennis.
So registration is on, I guess.
It's on it to end Wednesday.
Wednesday,
and then we can inform parents and guardians to come with the awards to the event. So it's getting keener and keener as we move on. I can't wait to 23 February when we see the swimming, because even this was for athletics. I can imagine what will happen.
And football.
I can
imagine football will be
what happens. So we're inviting everyone
to come and watch.
Just come and watch and observe.
I loved the parents who came with their younger kids, kids younger than 5. And so the one parent, Joseph, Joseph told me he just wants to inspire his kids to get into it.
Those were the non-scoring, and they were getting onto the pitch and doing all
see,
it
was fun, and it's met expectations, appealing to the customers and to the consumers.
That's right.
To the parents and to the kids, we all find. If you want to find out, just holler at them and ask for their experience. It was such a lovely experience, and it's Namose's son, Iradi in Kunim, and that boy, what's his name?
I forgot his name.
Kofi Senyo.
He
was all over the place.
Yeah.
I hope they slept well on Saturday.
It's a fun day.
Yeah, fun day. So we're looking forward to next week, aren't we?
Absolutely.
But we can just hear from the kids, some of the kids who got some wonderful medals.
I was third in the hula hoop, second in this one, then the last round first.
How do you feel after winning?
Fine.
Did you win?
No.
How do you feel after running?
Happy.
How do you think the event has been?
So nice. I want to be a champion.
How do you feel after running?
Good.
Did you win?
Nah.
You didn't win, so how are you feeling good?
At least I participated.
Which games did you participate in?
The running ones and the hula hooping. Really happy.
Did you win any of them?
Yes.
Which one?
The running, this running, and the hula hooping.
Right then, we'll be looking forward to seeing you this Saturday. But we have to talk about the Black Satellites. And their coach Jimmy Kobler says poor preparations contributed to their early exit at the CAF Under-20 Cup of Nations in Niger. Ghana finished third in Group B after losing 1-0 to Mali on Saturday in the final match. Kobler explains why his side was ill-prepared.
We realize that preparation is very important. Competition is very important. As we all know, we don't have competition in our country. And it also affected us because we should have played with a lot of our local boys. When you look at the nations or the teams that came, most of them are using most of their local boys. And because our boys are not much fit and there are no competition in our country, we have to rely on our professionals, which are very young boys in Europe, and they couldn't come so early. They need to come so late, and we have no choice but to organize them and bring them up. So we've learned from this. In future, we believe it will not be so.
More analysis on what happened to the Black Satellites on the sports track this afternoon, plus what's happening to Chelsea. But let's get onto that story. And Sergio Aguero was Manchester City's hat-trick hero again as he returned to the top of the Premier League in scintillating style. Manchester City doing very well by outclassing Chelsea at Etihad Stadium 6-0. The BBC's John Murray was in commentary position at Etihad.
The defending champions were rampant, and the champions of 2017 couldn't live with them as Chelsea went down to their heaviest defeat for 28 years. City started as they meant to go on as Sterling converted the opening goal in the 4th minute after a quickly taken free kick. A little over 20 minutes later, it was 4-0. Aguero scored twice, the first of them a special effort from 25 yards, and Gundogan shot in from the edge of the box. There was no let-up after half-time as Aguero scored with a penalty kick to complete a hat-trick for the second consecutive Sunday, and Sterling rounded it off with number 6. Chelsea will need to be so much better when the teams meet again in a fortnight in the Carabao Cup final.
So we know there were wins for Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, Manchester United doing very well to get into the 4th place right now on the Premier League log. And wins for Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Real Madrid, but not for Barcelona. Moses Yeboah had details of the action across Europe this weekend.
La Liga leaders Barcelona handed Real Madrid more hope in the title race as they drew 0-0 at Athletic Bilbao on Sunday, only avoiding defeat thanks to some outstanding saves by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Barca topped the standings with 51 points after 23 games, 6 ahead of a resurgent Real Madrid, who leapfrogged 10-man Atletico Madrid into 2nd place thanks to a 3-1 victory at the Wanda Metropolitano. Champions Bayern Munich beat Schalke 3-1 to climb back into 2nd place and cut the gap on Bundesliga leaders Borussia Dortmund to 5 points. Dortmund are on 50 points after whistling a 3-goal lead to draw 3-3 with Hoffenheim. Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 18th Serie A goal of the season as Juventus claimed a 3-0 win over Sassuolo to open up an 11-point lead over 2nd place Napoli, who drew 0-0 at Fiorentina. And Paris Saint-Germain got back to winning ways in Ligue 1 with a 1-0 defeat of Bordeaux, but the French champions lost striker Edinson Cavani through injury ahead of their Champions League trip to Manchester United.
All right, we'll see how it all goes. That's it for the Joy Sports Centre, but we've got some...
just a couple of messages. Thank you, George. This one says, at Daniel, for English, press 1. For Chi, press 2. For Ghana, press 3. For Yoruba, press 4. For Fancy, press 5. For Chelsea, press 6. And this one says, I just received a message, an email from Gmail to change my password. I was changing it and Gmail rejected it. Are you all experiencing the same? It kept saying the password was too weak. I used Chelsea defense. Okay, guys. We are going for...
All right,
George. Thanks for coming.
I'm going to get 6 balls of cake. I'm going.